All right, man. Aidan Hutchinson says that he is not familiar, hasn't got familiar yet with the Detroit Lions um, playbook yet. Got a red flag, or he not familiar with their scheme now. This was a guy that was local. Said that he wasn't a Lion fan because I think I'm paraphrasing. I'm not sure because they was losing. I believe he said he basically was a New England fan. Now that's pretty much the era we growing up in. You know, always had guys that guys that lived in Virginia or guys that didn't live where they had an NFL team and they would roll with the winning team and stuff. Or I played with them in Madden. You hear that those type of reasons why. But you don't have loyalty no more when it comes to bad teams. I mean, yeah, waiting until they win and waiting until they come up. A lot of people just you ain't winning or never won. I'm gonna go be a fan of a winning team. I have people in New York that's Warrior fans because the Knicks ain't won. You just sit there and look like how does that happen? Because they went with the hot team and then you blink and then I don't know, Chicago become the hot team and they be like, well, I'm a Chicago Bull fan. Like sports is people talk about the players not being loyal, but the fans are not loyal no more, bro. At all. Their number one thing is they was winning when I was watching football. You know, I've been with the Lions through the thin, through the thinner, then through the ice when it broke, when it refroze and broke again. And it's something to be said, about, loyalty. If you can't be loyal to a sports team, chances are you can't be loyal out there in real life neither. I know a lot of people not gonna like that. A lot of people say, well, I became a fan because I like the way Barry Sanders and Deion Sanders played. Like I said, yeah, I feel you, being a Lion fan ain't for the faint of heart, but you know how good it feel for some of them Cincinnati fans to feel that. Sometimes the anticipation and the wait, sometimes, one run is worth it, but it says systematically Aiden Hudson is not familiar with the Lions defense. So it says systematically Aiden Hudson is not yet familiar with the Lions defense. Aiden Hudson is confident in the Detroit Lions coach that based on the reviews he has heard from watching the season finale against the Packers. Like I said before, you gotta understand, man, just because you play football or just because you box or play basketball don't mean you watch it, bro. I learned that about boxing. A lot of the amateur boxers did not watch professional boxing. They did not care to watch professional boxing. So you got to think about that too. You got to think about that too. A lot of these guys, a lot of these professionals, these college people, even some of the professional football players. I guess if you watch enough film and you play football, for most people or for those people, you just don't. I guess you footballed out. I watched the college, I watched the amateurs, I watched the other high school football teams and stuff. But you know, some guys just don't love the game like that. You know, and locally, I'm not sure what they get. I'm pretty sure they get Lions game up in Ann Arbor too. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. So it don't really surprise me, bro. Nothing truly surprises me in uh in the game of football anymore. Nothing about this. So I mean, you ain't even looked. You going into the draft process if you working on. You ain't even say, "Hey man, I wonder what they run," or I seen the season finale. I wasn't paying attention to what they was running. Maybe he couldn't get a beat on what they was running. They kind of probably run some multiples too. Probably do. But you know, like I said, I actually did some film study on him today. So he was the second guy I got to. Did some Malik Willis film study before his senior, whatever year he was in this year, his senior year. Um, did some film study on him. I got to finish that. I don't know what I'm gonna get to next. Maybe do Thibodeau. So by the time the combine come, I take that, that information, not wrong, right, and do a draft spotlight. So right around the combine when these dudes run, work out, more information, I just have them all in my memory bank. You know what I'm saying? So I remember watching the film, even probably going back a year, but me watching it now, seeing what they good at, studying the scouting stuff. But I did watch him, and I'm not at liberty to say what I thought. I'm gonna keep that a mystery. But I say this, man, the comparison to Kyle Vanderbosch is fair. The Detroit Lions are in search of defensive linemen who can consistently pressure the quarterback. Speaking with SB Nation, former Michigan Wolverine Aidan Hutchinson expressed that amongst his rookie goals is to come in and dominate by using skill he amassed over his collegiate career. He said, quote, I just think I have a rare combination between speed and power. Not many guys coming out of the draft produce. Hudson said, quote, a lot of people are one-trick ponies that only can do one thing. I believe I'll be very versatile. In fact, I can use speed, I can use power, I can use a mixture of both. It was pointed out in a nearly 10-minute interview that he has played more with his hands on the ground when Don Brown was the defensive coordinator. Hutchinson acknowledged that Mike McDonald, Michigan's defensive coordinator in 2021, allowed him more freedom to stand up in a defensive scheme. He said, quote, when asked about his familiarity with Detroit's current defensive scheme, Hutchinson acknowledged he is not all that familiar with Detroit's system just yet. He said, quote, I don't know a whole lot systematically about what they do, but I do know, the guys are pretty bought in. Hutchinson said, I watched their last game against the Packers. So, like I said before, man, you in the draft process, you ain't even looked at no. I mean, I guess you come off your collegiate career, you got to heal. You gotta, have your women in order. You gotta have life in order. But shit, if you be possibly the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pick, well, you should be writing that film because they're gonna ask you when you go in the interview for sure. Not this got out, they're gonna ask you. They're gonna be like, "Oh, what you think about our scheme?" You said, "Well, I haven't looked at it yet." You better be on that, bro. Heal up, do a lot of mental and virtual reps with what they do. They run the 3-4. So you will be standing up most of the time. So he showed he can stand up. He showed he can bend and be explosive about the bend. And I think when he get in range of sacking the quarterback, he got a really good burst. I can't say that. But um excuse me, well, we'll see. Pretty got my mind made up about what I'm gonna say about him. The combine may confirm what I think is at least about his athleticism, his power on the field, or it may not confirm what I think. I don't know. That's why I kind of want to wait before I start throwing these draft combines out here. I want to see they want to get the 40s. I want to get everything that everything down packed. So that's kind of how I want to roll with it, man. And like I said before, um, I am very impressed with his ability to bend and when he gets in the quarterback sack range, his burst that he can have. Um, his burst he can have off the edge. So that's one thing I am impressed with. But he better get familiar. You better get real familiar because chalkboard work ain't just for chalkboard work. Just ain't for it just ain't for quarterbacks. They're gonna ask you, can you drop in coverage? You know what I'm saying? Because that's not a lot of something that he did at Michigan. They're gonna ask him, he dropping coverage. How you feel about covering? Because he got to be in space, standing up and rushing the passer, and standing up playing the passer. I mean, dropping or hold on, standing up and rushing the passer, and standing up as a line on the outside linebacker, totally different. And I have concerns about Thibodeau and Hutchinson on the next level. I have one big concern that I'll reveal when the time is right. Once the numbers confirm what I see, and I'm gonna just see if it don't confirm, I'm gonna still tell y'all what I see on tape. I have a big concern about them. One big concern, and it may turn you guys off. It might be no big deal, but but yeah, you should get familiar with that. I mean, shit, you a couple weeks. When is the combine? Hold on. It is okay. It's March 1st and 7th, so you got a few weeks to get real familiar. You know what I'm saying? You got a week. You got a couple weeks, few weeks to get real familiar with their scheme, and Jacksonville, Houston. I mean, you literally can go anywhere in the top 10. That's kind of where you got to look at it at. I don't think him and Thibodeau and whoever else up there with them are surefire picks, bro. I don't think they surefire like Peyton Manning or like or Peyton Manning or Cam Newton or Andrew Luck, Robert Griffin. I think it's no 1 and 2 comparing. And when I watch the tape, I don't see Von Miller, Myles Garrett. I don't see that. You know, when you talk about some of the players up there that I kind of looked at and thought were special, or I seen before, I haven't seen something like Stingley, freshman year at LSU. I thought he was special. Kyle Hamilton, seen some tape on him. I thought he was special. You know, everybody got flaws. Everybody want to point to one play. You know, everybody make mistakes, but I think he's special. Willis, I gotta wait and see what I think about him. But I'm pretty much, I pretty much just seeing his junior film, bro. Um, and I'm gonna see what he grew at as a senior. You know, I had my mind made up, but I pretty much know, well, unless it's a huge drop off between junior and senior year, I pretty much know, or a big fall off, whatever. Ryan, I pretty much know what it is. So I mean, he can go anywhere from Jacksonville, Detroit, Houston, Jets, Giants, Carolina, Giants, again, Atlanta, Denver, the New York Jets. So go anywhere in that top 10. One bad 40 time, one bad interview question, one bad showing in the strength, and on the 225. Getting anything can happen. So got to be prepared to polish in all aspects. But yeah, that's, I don't think it's really big deal. But I think one of the questions he will be asked in the 3-4. How many teams that play 3-4 that I know in this top? Not familiar with all these teams, but I know Detroit, they're gonna ask, you think you athletic enough, and they're gonna see you turn your hips in your pro day. They want to see you get out there and cover. And so that's the question you're gonna ask. Obviously, you're gonna say, yeah, I can cover, but in reality, that might be something different. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check Detroit Lions Talk playlist out. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button, the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. Check Detroit Lions Talk playlist out for more videos like this. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Best way to donate. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button, the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance of notification. We go live or drop a video. Let me know what you think in the comment section.